Welcome back to the race. All right, we got one right here. We're going to transition to college football. We just want to talk about what we got coming up this weekend. Got an exciting slate of games. First one up on deck is going to be the Arizona Wildcats playing at Kansas State Friday evening. Who you got for this game, Pulse? That number is sitting at 7.5. The Wildcats are getting 7.5.
Wildcats taking points. Oh man, I got to go with Arizona on this one. It's a Friday night game, prime time. I feel like they're a team that's ready to burst on the scene, especially because they got that Hawaii receiver from Waimanalo, Hawaii, right? He's been putting up numbers, so I'm going to ride with the Wildcats on this one.
I gotta agree with you right there. They got McMillan there. He's been balling it up. I think he had like 3 touchdowns last game. He's already up to like 300, 400 something yards already.
Crazy.
I mean, he's very explosive. I see them putting up numbers here. I see them covering this number easily. I wouldn't be surprised if they even win the game too.
Yeah, I was gonna say sprinkle a little bit on the money line. We'll take the points and a sprinkle on the money line just in case.
100%. Transitioning over to Saturday, we got a bunch of games here. Let's start off with Indiana giving 3 points at UCLA.
Yeah, again, I was there at the UCLA versus Hawaii game. UCLA just did not have their best game on them. They couldn't even run the ball, couldn't pass the ball on Hawaii, which is, in my eyes, not a great team right now. So I see Indiana covering that spread very easily. I wasn't impressed with UCLA at all, and I'm going to be fading them all year like we talked about in one of the recent episodes. I'm fading UCLA all freaking year.
Looking like a lock right here. Speaking of locks, I think Hawaii traveling to Sam Houston. Sam Houston's given 4.5. I'm thinking this is a lock too, especially with their dual quarterback. What do you think?
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, man. He's got a lot of rushing yards and a lot of pass attempts and a lot of pass completions under his belt this year already. And from what I've seen from Hawaii's defense, they are not too good at the read option with quarterbacks, and they're even weaker in the secondary for pass defense. So I think Sam Houston's going to cover that easily.
Right on. Let's move on to UTSA versus Texas. We really like the over here. It's at 53.5. I'm thinking the over for sure here. Texas look really explosive, even going up playing at Michigan. They look really strong. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see UTSA, score a touchdown or two either. So maybe you get a garbage time touchdown there at the end.
UTSA has been, decent the last few years. They're not a junk team. They're just going up to a really big opponent here, but like you said, they're probably going to put some points on the board, and Texas is definitely going to be slamming it down their throats. So I like the over on this one.
Yeah, speaking of overs and speaking of points, we also got the Apple Cup this weekend. We got Washington State at UW. UW giving 4.5. What's your vibe here?
That's a tough one. Both teams have put up a lot of points in the last 2 games against pretty decent opponents. I think Wazoo had a tougher opponent there previously, but both teams prove that they can score a lot. So I am not going to pick a winner. I'm not going to take money line. I'm not going to go on the spread. We're going to go with the over. I'm going to call the over. I think it's at 55. Yeah, we'll take the over on that. I think it's going to be a shootout. It's a battle for Washington. Early Apple Cup this year, uncharacteristic in September. A little bit warmer weather for them, so I think the scoring is going to be pretty heavy there in that game.
I completely agree with you. I think this over hits. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 20-something to 20-something after the first half.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's head over to Boston College, coming off their big dub versus DJU and FSU. They're playing at Missouri here. They're getting 17 points. I don't know. I really like Missouri in this spot. I think Boston College, played against Florida State, played very well, but Florida State's not a very good team this year. And I think Missouri is a completely, juggernaut of a team, very explosive. What's your thoughts here?
Yeah, I got to take Mizzou, dude. They're a strong team. Boston College has been having a couple good games, but you really can't hang your hat on that for the season just yet. So, like you said, I like Mizzou. It's at Mizzou too, right?
Yes, it's at Mizzou.
And they're giving 16.5.
Mizzou's giving 17.
Yeah, we're gonna take Mizzou on that one. So that's a lock for me.
They're also led by this running back here, Nate Noel. Run over. I think he's going to run over Boston College. They're going to be chasing him all over the field. Let's transition to another big-time rival game here. We got Oregon, good old Civil War. We got Oregon giving 16. They're going to be at Oregon State. Who you got here?
I got to go with Oregon, man. They've been kind of sluggish. They had a slow start this year. But, DG8, shout out DG8, Dylan Gabriel. He's looking to back up that number 8 that Marcus Mariota wore a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago now. So I think they're going to go into this rivalry game really hungry and with a point to prove, especially after the last couple of games. They really didn't get a hot start. They've been kind of sluggish. So they're going to go into Oregon State and try to prove a point. So go Ducks, baby.
I completely agree with you here, too. I watched a little bit of that Oregon State game, got to see their quarterback. Kind of just can't really read a defense. Just kind of scrambles a little bit, but not a good passer at all. I definitely see Oregon covering this number here at 16. Last game we want to talk about is going to be good old Memphis getting 6.5 at Florida State. Good old DGU. Who you got?
Well, we've been on the fade DJU train this whole season, and it's paid off so well. We're 2-0 with fading DJU. The real question is going to be if he starts this week after 2 poor performances and getting them off to an 0-2 start. It's really hard to take Memphis for a money line. The spread's going to be even tougher for me because they're playing at FSU. And those fans are going to want to win. There's a lot of pressure on the coaches over there and the players to get a victory at home. But they have the pressure of being 0-2 to start the season. And like I always say, if something goes wrong in that first half, man, if they're down by 1 touchdown, if it's even a tie game at the half, they're going to feel that pressure down their necks. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Memphis. And also because I am a Memphis boy, the Joneses are from Memphis, baby. So let's go. We're going to go with them Tigers. Let's go Memphis Tigers, baby.
Memphis Tigers. You heard it there, folks. So leave us your thoughts in the comments, what you think. Should we be fading DJU? Should we finally jump on his back and ride him? I don't know. Yeah, let us know your other favorite picks. We'd love to hear them. All right. But yeah, that being said, I'm Buckwheat.
Bolts, baby.
And we're here with the race. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Aloha.
See you on Sunday.